everybody, welcome back, fellow adult comic book aficionados. Today we are having another keys discussion, and that is underrated or overlooked keys that are relatively affordable, that are not like big spec keys. We've talked about that before. I try to stay away from the whole concept of, oh, this new movie's coming out kind of speculation, but keys that kind of fly under the radar, that if you wanted to be a key collector and you had a low budget, that you can go out and find these for a fairly decent price. And I usually talk about primarily, silver and bronze and copper age, although these kind of fall out of that. These are technically modern age books, but they are from the 90s, and these were produced in 1994. And you've got Uncanny X-Men 318. Uncanny X-Men 318, and I've got a direct market and a newsstand edition here. And on the barcode it'll say direct edition, and on the newsstand it just has the barcode, and the barcodes are different. This is the direct market one right here. And then accompanying these two is number one of their own series, and of course that is the first appearance of Generation X, which is a spin-off, if you will, from Uncanny X-Men, from Charles Xavier's School for Gifted Children. So Generation X number one, and then these two are both variants, if you will, because there's very little difference between newsstand and direct market aside from like the barcode or the little image in the corner. First appearance of Generation X, and it falls out of the Copper Age because the Copper Age ends at the end of December 1992. So this is technically modern age, even though these were all three produced in 1994. But that is still, hell, that's vintage now, isn't it? It'll be vintage in 2024, right? Or no. Yeah, 2004, 2014, it's already vintage. I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, these are already technically vintage. There ought to be another era that rather than modern. They ought to come up, I don't know.
But do comic books go back? So like you got Golden Age, and that went up to what, like 53, 54?
55.
But okay, like,
yeah.
So would something from 63 back up to golden and then silver? It doesn't go like that? It
doesn't work like that. They got to come up with something new.
Oh.
But since it's technically vintage now, and I mean, the modern age going from basically January 1st, 1993 all the way to now is a wide gap, especially with as many variants and other books that are being produced now. There ought to be another subcategory, but there isn't. Not that I know of. But anyway, first appearance of Generation X in the comics, and then over here their own monthly series, Generation X number one, which is a wraparound foiled cover. And this can actually be difficult to find in decent condition. Because it is a foil cover, it can be easily scuffed up. However, even though it is hard to find in really good shape, these are books that typically they're in the bin. They're pretty cheap. You can see even there's a price tag still on the bag on one of these for $3 because it came out of the bin at a show for that price. These are books that usually you find between $2 to $10 a piece in varying conditions. They're really inexpensive, and it is once upon a time a pet project of Marvel that they never quite got back to. As a matter of fact, it even had a pilot, because I think it was on the Fox network in 1996, so 2 years after it debuted in the comic books. They had a Generation X TV show that they were going to produce on Fox, and they did a made-for-TV movie pilot, and it got very low ratings, so they did not proceed with it. So there's only that one episode. I think it got less than a 50% rating. So it did not score well at all the way that it was written or produced, even though the characterization in the comics really isn't that bad. It is kind of interesting the way they present the characters, and you know how they used to actually put depth into the characters from the X-Men, especially during the Claremont era. But yeah, these are way under the radar. Can be difficult to find in decent condition. And who drew these? These were drawn by Roger Cruz. So just to give you an idea of the artwork that's in these. And this is getting into the era of like these kind of plasticky pages, though, which is difficult to press out if you wanted to clean one up. But even graded, these books, if you get, and you don't see very many 9/8s in this one, by the way. There's not very many of them out there. But even graded, neither of these books are that expensive. You can get a pretty decent deal. It's just overlooked. Again, more overlooked keys. And like I said, normally I more so show like silver, copper, bronze in these discussions, but I think this warrants taking a look at. You can go to the shows and you can pick these up all day for a couple of dollars a piece. They don't go for much. Again, nice wraparound foil cover on this one. And this is one also that can be, again, pulled out of the bin. $3, $5, $6. They don't go for a heck of a lot. And you never know, Marvel might bounce these back. They might get back to this series. And I think, who was the artist on this one? Mark Buckingham. But hey, guys, what do you think? Do you like this suggestion? Do you have any of these books? Do you think you might run out and try to find any of these to add to your collection? Like I said, they're probably some of the least expensive keys that I've shown yet on this discussion. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Please do give the video a thumbs up if it helped you out, if you got something out of it. Share it if you can, all that good stuff. And if that's it, then what more can I say? But thanks for watching, and we will see you again soon.